Hello everyone and welcome back to Tea and Chat with Judy. Put the kettle on, grab your favourite mug and come and join me for our chat today. I thought I'd talk about my love of dancing badly. Now, tell me, are you one of those people that can walk onto a dance floor and immediately look like you've been doing it all your life? Or are you a bit more like me in your head? I'm Ginger Rogers or you're Fred Astaire, and reality isn't quite like that. Let me know in the comments because I'd genuinely love to know. Now, one of the reasons this popped into my head was because of all the excitement around the new Michael Jackson film. Have you seen it? I loved it. Loved it. Really want to go and see it again. And it got me thinking about dancing because Michael Jackson was indeed one of the greatest dancers, or the greatest dancer in the world, in my opinion, my humble opinion. And he inspired singers and dancers across the globe. In his own way, he inspired me. I was a teenager when Off the Wall came out. I had it on vinyl. I'm so glad vinyl's making a bit of a comeback. Do you remember those days when you rushed to the record store to buy an album when it was newly released and rushed home to put it on your little stereo? It had such magic all of its own, didn't it? Anyway, I'm digressing. You see, a couple of years ago, I decided that I wanted to dance to Thriller. I've been going to a fabulous dance school in Pontefract called Passion for Dance to our weekly classes on a Tuesday and Friday evenings. Let me introduce you to Kerry, who truly is the best dance teacher in the world. She owns and runs Passion for Dance. And if you're anywhere near Pontefract, this really is the place to get out those dancing shoes. And I will leave some details in the comments in case you're interested. Then, as my 60th birthday started to creep closer, I came up with, well, slightly different idea, really. I decided I would create a mini dance tribute in memory of my mum and dad, using the music they loved and get some old family photographs out. Now, Kerry thought it was a good idea, and the one-to-one lessons began. And eventually, knowing that it had to be put onto film somehow, I found the most incredibly talented videographer, Scott Coulthard, who agreed to film and produce it. And I want to do what they call a shout out to Scott as well, as he's not only a truly amazing videographer, he's an absolute delight to work with. And I'm going to put his details in the description below too. Anyway, fast forward to my 60th birthday, and I just felt incredibly proud. Family and friends all saw the tribute on my 60th birthday because I sent them the link. And it was my way of saying thank you to the two people who had shaped my life, my mum and dad. But what next? What next? I already knew the answer. It was just one thing. I wanted to dance to Thriller. And somehow in my head, this was perfectly sensible. The plan quickly grew. And from I'd like to dance to Thriller to let's make a Halloween film. And before I knew it, Kerry was choreographing it. And we chatted about costumes, and this was turning into my own personal extravaganza. And let me tell you, dancing to Thriller is hard, really hard. And I discovered that getting your feet to do one thing and your arms to do something completely different at exactly the same time is not as easy as Michael Jackson makes it look. It's really not. And throughout all of this, there were two words I heard more than anything else from Kerry. And again, and again. Do you remember the film Fame? That's where you start paying in sweat. Every time I got it wrong, and again. Every time I forgot the routine, and again. Every time my brain decided to take the afternoon off, which was quite often, and again. And looking back now, it's probably not a bad life lesson anyway, because you just have to keep doing it again. Anyway, then life had other ideas. Just as we were getting into our stride with the lessons, August 2024 arrived. I was rushing back to the car and I tripped over a pavement and broke my wrist. I snapped my radialis like a good un. Had surgery, metal plate, 5 screws, and a mega tight plaster which made my fingers go blue. When it was taken off, my hand looked nothing like a hand. It looked like somebody had inflated a rubber glove. Have you ever had any of those moments when you suddenly realise that many things that you take for granted, like, because you just can't do them. I couldn't get Rosie's dog food out of the tin because I couldn't open the tin. I couldn't open the fridge door with my right hand, and I couldn't write with a pen. I mean, there was no chance of that. All these little things suddenly become big things. I don't know if you had those times. Eventually, things started to improve, and I got a little movement back. And the weeks and months passed by. Started to think I was turning a corner. Then the 4th of November arrived, and Rosie, my lovely puppy dog, got spooked by a firework and whilst out for a walk, and she yanked me suddenly on the lead. Over I went, and I broke my shoulder and cracked my elbow. So I had wrist, elbow, shoulder, and I'm right-handed. Oh gosh, I'll tell you, if there was an award for falling over, I was a strong contender. And I'd never fallen over before, and I'd never broken anything my whole life, and I did have my glasses on. Anyway, and then everything stopped. The dancing stopped, the plan stopped, the Halloween project stopped. And for quite a while, life seemed simply getting through the day. And I even watched for the first time the whole series and films of Downton Abbey, which was highly delightful. And yes, I did cry when Matthew got wiped out because that was so sad. Oh, now, when something arrives completely out of the blue and knocks you sideways, I think you understand where I'm coming from here. And suddenly you ask yourself, what now? What now? I had a choice. I could sit there and feel sorry for myself. And don't get me wrong, there were days when I really, really did. But I decided I was going to come back stronger. A bit like in the movies when Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'll be back. So I started doing a bit of Qigong, and eventually, despite spending most of my life avoiding gyms, I found myself joining one. And this was the first. I just do not do gyms. I don't. But I went 3 times a week, and I would strengthen up my arm, and I would, because all the bits needed to be strengthened up, my legs, my arms. And little by little, things started changing, and I stopped focusing on what I couldn't do and started noticing what I could. And as the saying goes, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. Now, I don't know where that saying comes from, so if you do, please put it in the comments. I went back to the dance studio, back to Kerry, back to Thriller, and back to the little words, and again, and again, and again. And it wasn't easy, it wasn't. But the Halloween project started coming together. Costumes appeared, the music was chosen, the choreography evolved. We even drowned ourselves with the smoke machine one day, and we laughed a lot. And that's one of the things I'll always remember about the whole experience, not the injuries, not the setbacks, not even the dancing, it was the laughter. And eventually Scott came back and he turned the dream into a reality. It was real teamwork. When I watched it for the first time, I felt incredibly proud. If you look in the description, right at the top, I'm going to put the link in to Halloween 2025. It was my own personal, not box office success. But please be kind in the comments because I'm dancing badly. So I think it's better to dance badly than not dance at all, because the same thing applies in life. It's better to start a YouTube than be left wondering. It's better to travel somewhere than never leave home. It's better to have a go than spend the rest of your life wondering what might have happened. So if there's something you've been thinking about doing, something you've been putting off, worried about, you won't be any good at it, perhaps this is your sign to give it a go. You don't have to be Michael Jackson. You just have to start. Anyway, that's my story. Put the kettle on. Leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. And join me for more tea and chats on Wednesdays and Sundays. And don't forget, as I say, like and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time for some tea and chat. And remember, as my mum always used to say, you only live once. Bye for now.